Very good morning to you all. So we are in day 4. So tomorrow there will be pitching and about 60 benches were created. 60 benches. A total of 252 students are there. And the next thing is yesterday we have posted some pictures where the students didn't get connected with any of the benches. And later it was observed that already those students are a part of benches. So even though the students are part of benches, so in our dashboard it was showing that they didn't join any benches. So later, I informed the same the software team, and they said that to ignore that particular the message. I mean, so in my dashboard, whenever it is showing us the student is not a part of any benches, so it can be ignored on a condition that if a student is present in any of the venture, I mean, the team leader or else the team members will be getting whenever they are clicking on the venture, so they will be getting the list of names. In that particular list of names, if your name is there, so that's okay. So you need not worry on that. And also, so it is required for all the students to complete all the milestones. So you need to browse through all the modules which are there, and you need to complete 100% of the content. So total 100% of the content is required, along with venture creation by team leader. Venture creation will be done only by the team leader, whereas each and every module has to be completed by all the team members. So then you will be getting the certification. So the two criteria: each student needs to complete all the ventures, all the modules, and then the venture needs to be done by the team leader, and then tomorrow's pitching. And so the college management, they said that, and also the AAC representative. So they said they will be, after the evaluation, they will be picking the 5 best teams. They will be announcing the 5 best teams, 5 best benches. So this is the latest developments, the latest instructions which are given. So we started with this. Just we'll have a recap for a quick 15 to 20 minutes of what we have been learning for the last 3 days. So we started with this. So whether this better entrepreneurial skills or is the startup skills, so are required only for the startups. So we started with this, and we understood that these are not only essential for the people who wants to enter into this better ecosystem, startup ecosystem, but these are required for every student. For every student, whether he is going for the next higher education, for a tech program or PhD programs or research, or he wants to join a job, or else he wants to join say family business, or he want to become an entrepreneur, or anything else. So for all this thing is required. And then so we had some understanding of the platform. So next we started off this particular design thinking. So regarding the design thinking, so we said that the design thinking, we'll have the 5 steps. In which the first one is the empathy. So that is human-centered approach, the customer-centered approach. Then after empathy, so what is the next thing? So empathy is there. What is the next thing? Is it ideal, or define, or prototype, or test? So define. So defining the problem statement has to be cleared, defined very clearly. So there should not be any ambiguity, and also you need to narrow down the problem statement. So after defining, so the next, what is the next step? Ideation. So you need to consider the multiple ideas. You should not stick on to a single idea. So you need to involve your team members in ideation. So ideation can be done by brainstorming, having a continuous discussion. So or else you can ask the team members to go and meet the people who are really facing the problem, and after understanding that, each and every team member may come up with the specific ideas. So that also can be done. So so taking the expertise or opinions of any mentors, so that also can be done. So in multiple ways, so we can go for ideation. Next, ideation is also done. So the first is empathy is done, defining problem statement is done. Next, ideation is also done. Next, prototyping. So prototyping is nothing but now it is an exercise to convert whatever the idea or the solution you have into a form such that it will be easily understood so the jury panel, or else to the final, so consumer, customer, or else so to the person, the venture capitalist or angel investor. So for everyone, for other people. So in short, so the whatever the idea that we want to convey, so representing the same idea in the form of a picture, or else in the form of a device, or in the form of a role play or a simulation. So all this comes under the prototype. So after prototype, what's the next step? Testing. So testing, you need to go for test and this. So testing, so that is whether the required features, desired features are functioning or not, whether the customer is satisfied with that, and then again, so iterative process. If you fail at testing, we need to iterate. If you fail at prototype, we need to iterate. So this is how. So iterations will be there at each and every step. And next, so we have asked you to create an empathy map. So empathy map. So on day one itself, we have given a small exercise also. So one particular example which we have given is wallet. So what are the frustrations? So what are the needs of the wallet? So to keep money, or to keep SIM cards, or something else, or to keep your photos. The next is desire. How you want to, what is your desire on that particular wallet? Maybe water resistant, it should be thin, so thin, it should have more space, but the size should be thin. So all those things. Then after that, what are the frustrations in the existing, so existing product which is there? Frustrations in carrying the existing wallet. Then after that, what are the challenges? What are the challenges? So to achieve your desired product, frustrations in existing product, challenges in the future product, or is the one which you are designing. So these empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Then again, so we try to understand where we have spent time actually. So as most of the students, you have been into this particular ecosystem already. So you have participated in the college hackathons, Marindia hackathon, and few are winners. We asked you to fill this particular table such that to understand where exactly we are spending time. So are we spending time on empathy, that is understanding people, or defining the real problem, or building solution, or testing? And we came to we came to understand that, or as we all realize that most of us are spending time on that particular building solution, prototyping phase, and ideation phase. Most of us will be saying that, sir, I have a solution. Sir, I am doing the project. But only few people will be focusing on identification of the exact problem. So it is said that most of the startups, or most of the ideas get rejected not because of the solution, but because of the identification of the big problem. Most of the startups phase, or most of the problems gets rejected in the initial phase itself. The reason is it's not about your solution, it's not about your idea, or it's not about your technical expertise into that. So it is because of the identification of the big problem. So identification of the problem which may not have relevance, identification of the problem which may not be a pain factor for most of the people. So the next, so regarding the platform interaction is given for you. Platform demonstration was given by Panjali ma'am. Right now. Then was given was given regarding sustainable development goals. So once the problem has been identified, so we need to check under which sustainable development goal our problem is connected. So sustainable development goal 1 or 2 or 3, whether it is related to food, or whether it is related to healthcare, or whether it is related to climate, or so life on earth. So what exactly it is, or smart cities. So where exactly it is connected. Now we are doing it to understand so the larger perspective. Now here, so analysis is made on so the micro, macro, and super macro perspectives of your problem statement. So the micro level, So micro level, it is the last, I mean, the minute level. So minute level. So example, so it is considered, and climate example has been considered. Climate example. So the micro level perspective is that. So the micro level, so things are that. So avoid single user plastic, avoid plastic in general, or plantation drives. Use energy efficient air conditioners. Use energy efficient washing machines, or use energy efficient bulbs or tube lights in your homes. Next, use public transportation instead of private vehicles. So instead of cars, so each person will be having a car. Instead of that, so utilization of public transportation system, plantation drives. So all this comes under the micro level perspectives. Micro level. So is our problem in this particular level? Are we going to target this? Now what will be the next level? So after the micro level, macro, macro level. So next level. So now the industry comes into the picture. Now the few industries, so they are focusing on generation of wind energy or utilization of the wind energy at large scale, or solar energy, utilization of solar energy, and few industries will say that so we our buildings are completely green buildings. So we will be using very less power, less electricity. Then few companies have come up on electric vehicles, so manufacturing of electric vehicles. So that is how they want to contribute to the climate. The next is bioplastics, waste to energy or waste to fuel. So this is at a macro level. So all these pictures comes into existence whenever you will be thinking about scaling up your product, scaling up your product. So initially you may be feeding or you may be associated with the clients or the customers who are present at your local level. But whenever you want to scale up your product, so to the entire state or to the entire country, maybe after 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, so then all these particular pictures comes into existence. The next is super macro level. Super macro level, that is on a global scale, on a global foundation platform, Paris Agreement, or else on global warming, discussions on global warming, and financial contributions. So countries will say that, so I'll be donating this particular amount for climate, and this is my share and this is my share, and also imposing restrictions on few of the things, and global research. So all these things comes under super macro level. So whenever, suppose if you are very much passionate on this particular startup ecosystem, if you are very much passionate on solving a particular problem, we need to understand these things also, which may affect our product at a later stage. So these are the sustainable development goals which you might have gone through in the platform. And then there was a discussion on why startups are getting failed. So we discussed on this. We looked into a few examples also. So examples like Juicero. So Juicero. So where we said that so it is a very expensive machine. And the juice machine can be controlled by so mobile IoT enabled device. But it was too expensive. So initially it was targeted for the rich people. But again, even though it was targeted by the rich people, then again they said that so even though without the juice machine also they were able to squeeze juice out of the packets, and hence so there was no necessity of the product itself. It got failed. So no market need. They ran out of cash. So example is Byju's or else Kingfisher, or there are a lot of other examples also. So so they will be spending a lot of funding on expansion of that particular product or on scalability, and they will be running out of cash. Or to be very precise, the simple examples are that whenever we are winning a hackathon, we may get some 1 lakh or 50,000 of amount, a student especially. Now what student will be doing is he will be using its 1 lakh completely on prototyping itself. Completely on prototype. He will be taking that, so with this prototype itself he will be launching into the market. No. So he will be utilizing the entire amount only for the prototype, basic version of that. And then after the 1 lakh is completed, he will not be in a position so even to so take it up to the next level. Suppose website we are designing a mobile application, and 1 lakh will be spending for mobile application, whether to buy the cloud or else to develop so user interface and all. And once when the time comes to pitch his ideas, he may run out of the cash. So to subscribe additional cloud facility, or else he may not have the money also to reach out to the other place and to pitch his ideas. So that is what we will make up. So the next is team issues also. So team issues also where initially so the team members will be very much passionate. The second year or the first year, most of the students they will be passionate. They will be saying that we also want to become entrepreneurs. But when they enter gradually into the third years, maybe their shift changes, career shift. They want to enter into jobs or it's internship opportunities or else into GATE, CAT or UPSC, etc. and etc. So because of this also you cannot carry forward your passion. So that's the reason whenever you are forming the team itself, you need to ensure that all the people will contribute. Even though they want to shift their career into something else, so they need to contribute it so at a later stage also. The same happens with the larger organizations also, where the people will have whether the people are not passionate or whether the people are not in coordination, so that there will be team issues. Then big unit economics. So yesterday we said, so we should not focus on bulk. I mean, sale of bulk items. We should not assume that. So if I produce 100 units or if I produce 1,000 units, so then I'll be getting success. No, what about single unit or it's 2, 3 units? Then also, so we need to get some profit out of it. So or else we may not be in a position to run the organization. Then unclear differentiation of other solutions which we are in. So this is one way which we have taken care. So the process of finding powerful ideas is to be curious. So first of all, we need to have a curiosity. But what will happen to the curiosity is when you people or when every one of us or in schools, class 2, class 3, or class 1, class 4, class 5, will have a lot of questions. Will be asking a lot of questions. Why this is like this? Why is it like this? A lot of questions, a lot of curiosity will be there in the young minds. But because of multiple factors, maybe because of parents or maybe because of the teachers or else maybe because of someone else, they will be asking, suppose class, first class student asks his teacher about how this method solar eclipse and lunar eclipse are forming. In notebooks, in next to set, we have this is the solar eclipse. Then the students may ask how it is getting formed. Simply the teacher will say that, so you will be learning about this in higher classes. The same thing happens with the multiple examples also. So that's one of the thing which kills the curiosity of the people. But here for the startup founders or for the startup people, people who are in startup ecosystem, we need to be curious regarding the things which we are doing. The next is so identification of the problems. The problem identification so should be based upon experience, maybe direct experience or it may be indirect experience, but it should be based upon experience. So it should not be based upon now since most of the people are using AI. Now I also will launch a product on AI. Since most of the people, a lot of buzz is going on quantum technologies. So now I'll have a startup on quantum. No. If you have observed any problem in any gap in quantum technologies, if you have observed any issue that is being faced by most of the people in quantum technologies, and if you have a team which is passionate on that, then you need to go to that. Validate problem. So you have identified some problem and you got some experience also. Now try to validate it. So please speak to people and try to understand whether it is a real problem or is the one only which is being faced by the people who are nearby. Or else maybe it might be your imagination also. Then we need to generate ideas. So the first one, curiosity, it is not related to solution. The second one, identification of problem, it is not related to solution again. The third one, which is the validating problem, so this is also not related to solution. After only these three things, then the ideation comes into the picture. After ideation, we'll be working on solutions on final idea which we are concluding. So this is the picture that was displayed, I think on day two. So we try to identify some problems in that. So we on picture two it was regarding the mass topic. In the last picture, multiple students were there, only single laptop is there. And also one more thing which is identified in the last so image by one of the student is that so they were saying that so the faculty is not there, mentor is not there. I mean there is no monitoring so that the people may learn properly or it may be an ineffective learning. So then we also so we have thrown so we had an understanding of this also. Now how to frame which one is a proper problem statement. One is an advice. Every student needs to have knowledge on artificial intelligence. An advice. Now we are going to teach artificial intelligence for every student. No, this is the solution. Now college students so needs to have some understanding of artificial intelligence. No advice. Then, so despite their interest, most of the college students, so they were not having understanding of AI, so which can be utilized in their domain areas. So that is how the statement needs to be formulated. So it needs to emphasize the problem and also it needs to give us some taste of solution also in that. So that is how the proper problem statement needs to be formulated. Then we have been saying, understand, so trying to figure out the problem, identify the right problem, select the right problem. So because of the right problem only, so your venture may get selected to the next levels. But how to identify this problem? So do we have any steps or do we have any guidance like that? So there were few issues which needs to be considered. One thing is that so is a problem dying or is a problem which is existing? Suppose now if the people comes and if the people says that, so I'm going to start an internet center. I'm going to start internet center. So in this city, no, every mobile phone is connected with 5G. Every mobile phone is connected with internet. Now again, so there is no point in starting an internet center again in a city. Maybe it may work out in a village, in a rural area where there is no internet facility, but it may not work out here. And similar the case. So you should not work on the problem which is already dying, the technology which is dying, the technology which is not existent. So this is the first thing that you need to take care of. And the next thing is, so you need to ensure that whether your team is passionate or not. No, why the team should be passionate? Why? Because this journey takes years. So you may not get success in a month or two or maybe you may not get success in the first year or second year also. So that's the reason your team must be passionate. Along with you, your team must be passionate. So is it so next is so is this problem painful? So to the most of the people or only a single group is involved in this. And then the last one. So how many of them have solved this? Is it solved by multiple people and are there multiple players in the market? So you need to check that also. You need to ensure that also. So these are the few things which you need to test before identification of the problem, which you need to apply for your problem. So this is another thing. So we need to try to understand the root cause of the problem, and we need to understand how the people and are getting affected out of this, and also what's your personal connection with the problem. So all these things. So in 1930s, so the founder of Toyota Motors. In 1930s, the founder of Toyota Motors, so is Sakichi Toyoda. So he came up with this particular strategy, the five whys. Five whys. So whenever we have come across one particular problem, whenever we have come across one particular problem, so we need to question that particular problem. So layer by layer. So up to an extent of 5 layers. So the example, so one particular best example which is given is that so the machine. malfunctioning of a machine has stopped working. Suppose a mobile automobile machine or an industry, so one equipment, so one particular machine, it's not working. So the first question is, so why machine has stopped? Why machine has stopped? So the people started answering that because the circuit which is there, so it got broke down. The first why is why the machine is not functioning. So immediate answer is that so the circuit broke down. The circuit is not functioning. And the second question is so why circuit got broke down or why circuit is got overloaded. So that's the second question. So the first question is why machine has stopped, and the people said that so the circuit has broke down so because of overloading. Now the next immediate question is so why the circuit got overloaded or why circuit got broken, and then so for that the answer is that so because there was the problem with lubrication. It was running short of lubrication. So there was no lubrication, shortage of lubrication. So that's the reason circuit got overloaded, and because of that, so the machine stopped functioning. So the first question is so why the machine got stopped functioning, and immediately the answer is that the circuit got overloaded. And why circuit got overloaded? So the answer is that so there was a shortage of lubrication into that. So the next question is so why it is running shortage of lubrication? So why it is running shortage of lubrication? So the answer is so the pump is not functioning. The pump which needs to pump this particular lubrication, that particular system is not functioning. So the pumping system is not functioning well. And again, so why this pumping system is not functioning? So because there was no regular maintenance. So the pumping system functioning is not there because of no regular maintenance. Why regular maintenance is not happening? Because there was no schedule in the company regarding the maintenance. And finally, so we understood that so because of the lack of maintenance schedule, so this particular machine is not functioning. So immediately we need to know, we should not get to a conclusion that whenever the machine is not functioning, we should not immediately replace with new machine. So no, machine is not functioning, so we are having amount funding, so we will buy a new machine. Even though we are buying a new machine, because of the lack of maintenance schedule, the same problem may get repeated after 2 3 years again. Again the machine may malfunction again and again and again. So the root cause of this is there was no maintenance schedule at all for that. So we need to address those particular issues. So another example is also given. So student, so I am always late for my morning class. So why it is happening so? So I was waking up late. Why you are waking up late? Because I go to bed at late. Why you go to bed at late? Because I study for long hours, or else I stay on mobile for long hours. Why you are so studying for long hours? So it may be because of lack of scheduling. So I'm not preparing the timetable properly, or else I'm always used to work on on the deadlines that we have. So layer by layer question. It is not asking five different questions. So asking why is five different times. It is layer by layer. First one is happening. Why is that happening? The second one. So why second one is happening? So layer by layer question. So this questioning system is to understand the root cause of the problem and who is getting impacted, how he is getting impacted, all these things. Then the Zomato problem, the root cause is that the lack of centralized information of restaurants. We don't know. Suppose we are going to a new place, we don't know where the restaurants are there, which restaurant is good. So what is the menu which is being served in that? So this is the root cause. So the impact limited dining options. Both the restaurants are facing the problem, and also the customers, food lovers, they are also facing the problem. And then the founders connect. So he will also may be the one who is facing the same problem. So the similar with the Baiju's also, the root cause is that limited access to quality education. So the impact the students so are not performing well, and the founders connect is that so his love passion for education. So this was done on day one. The next, we entered into the day two where we try to understand the customer segmentation, customer persona. So customer segmentation. So where I told you that, so if we could understand, if we could break down the advertisement pattern, TV advertisements, if we try to analyze at least three or four advertisements, we could understand what exactly is customer segmentation, what exactly is customer persona, and what exactly is the go-to marketing strategy. So why? Because they are the best people. So the advertisements in limited time, maybe 1 minute, less than 1 minute, they will try to convey for whom they are targeting that particular item. And also the functions jobs being done by that particular product, the target segment of the audience also. Everything they will be so showing it just in a minute of time. 1 minute or less than a minute also. So here we try to understand who exactly the user is and who exactly the customer is. So this was shown to you. So the pedigree. So in which the customer is the pet lover, or is the owner of that particular pet, and then the user is the dog itself. So we need to develop our product, or we need to develop our marketing strategy such that we can reach out both to the user and also to the customer. And the other examples which are given here are the Google is given, the Baidu's is also given, and then the Samsung example is also given. Where and also we get to know that so there are three important players in this. So along with who is paying, who is paying and who is using. So the user and the customer. There is also another person. So that is who is influencing or who is approving the payment. Who is influencing? So the person to buy that, or else who is influencing the payment. So those three things are there. Who will use our product? Who will pay for us? And who will approve or who will influence? So to the decision to pay us. And then the segmentation criteria has been discussed. So segmentation, customer segmentation. How do we segment the customer group, the target group? So in the uniform group, which is located different places or across different ages or with a different purchase pattern. And the segmentation was done based upon four important features. So one feature is considered as a demographic feature, so demographic dividend. So which tells about age or job occupation or whether it is educated or not. So or else so gender also. So all this comes under the demographic dividend. The next is geographic location, whether he is living in urban place or rural place, semi-urban place, or completely place where there is no electricity facility, rural facility, I mean internet facility, etc. So which is the geographic location. Psychographic creation. Psychographic creations are usually cannot, it is not a measurable quantity, it cannot be measured. So it is nothing but the inner feeling, how you motivate a person to buy your product. How do you motivate a person so to buy your product? So that is all related to psychographic. And the behavior pattern, behavior of the customer. Now what is his purchasing pattern? So whether he is habituated for online purchase or it's for offline purchase or it's through EMI. So is he habituated for purchase through credit cards, monthly EMI payments? So how he wants? What are the purchasing patterns? And then we took the example of dairy milk. And after this, so we try to understand few terminologies. So B2C, D2C, business to business, business to government, and business to government or business to customer. So all these terminologies were discussed. Then we try to understand who exactly are the primary customers and who exactly are the secondary customers. For a product, there can be two kind of customers. So primary customers may be all the people. I mean, so for health app, for health related app. So the primary customers or everyone in the sense maybe the people who are aged between some 20 to 30. Now again, I am selling this product to hospitals also. Hospitals also can make use of this and also they can advise it as one particular prescriptive medicine or one particular prescriptive suggestion for their patients. So then the secondary clients are hospitals, primary clients are the direct customers. So we try to understand who exactly are the primary customers and who exactly are the secondary customers. So Canva primary customers are non-designers, secondary customers are professionals, and they need to pay fee for utilizing the Canva. And Duolingo also is there, so which is a language learning app. It is free for everyone, but when they want, they sells it to the schools, they won't give it for free of cost. The schools need to get a subscription. And then, so we try to understand so what exactly jobs to be done is. So jobs to be done is. So we took the example of a school student who is not performing well in examinations, who is not performing well in examination. The solution is that we will be developing an application so which will help student in learning the concepts. In learning the concepts updated to his flexibility. He can learn those concepts in the evening hours or in the early morning hours also. He can take some evaluation tests also. He will be getting mentorship also from that particular platform. So so the customers, most of the people, so gets motivated for buying a product based upon the functions which are being done by that particular solution, and it's not based upon the specifications. It is not because of the specifications. So the most of the people will say that so with iPhone we can take very good pictures. iPhone gives high quality pictures. So the people, so there may be few people who will be looking into the specifications also, but majority of the people so just looks into the function. Yes, we can take very good pictures with iPhone. Then I'll go with it. Or else the social branding. So with iPhone, it creates a brand to us in the society. Then I'll go for an iPhone. Similarly, the case with the Starbucks or with any other case which is located in your locality. So we will not speak of series. In Starbucks, the coffee will be very good. Let us have a coffee there. No. We'll say that let us gather at Starbucks or let us gather at some forum mall or let us meet at some so and so place. So the reason is that so the impact, the social impact that is being created by that particular mall in that locality, or is by Starbucks, or is by any restaurant which is at your place. Now here in this, the functional jobs to be done is learning concepts and get very good grades. Then emotionally, the student will get confident and his anxiety levels also gets decreased. And then after that, so the social jobs to be done is that so that he will get appreciation from everyone. And we have shown this also. So the first one is the smartwatch, which says that so stay motivated with this, stay motivated and achieve health and fitness. We won't be speaking of the specifications. And then Starbucks sunglasses protects from sunlight, feel cool and receive confidence. So we don't know whether the glass will be UV protected or else what exactly is scratch resistant glass or what he's using, which material is being in that particular sunglasses. So just for so protection and also to have some good look and all. And a discussion is made on two persons, where male and female. So what are the functional jobs, what are the emotional jobs and social jobs? Few things are common. And based upon this functional, emotional and social jobs, we try to map this. So now with this functional jobs, emotional jobs, and social jobs, we'll try to connect with these things with the specifications. Suppose so I want to buy a very good mobile. So I'll be asking you people, since you people will be are much familiar with so the latest mobile devices, then I'll be asking I want to have a mobile which is around 20 to 30,000 and it should have high speed and then it should take good the pictures also. Then you will be suggesting, sir, this is the mobile, so this RAM size is so and so, ROM size is so and so, so it will have this particular megapixel of camera. So you can use this, sir, and also the price is also around 26,000. So we'll try to connect this particular functional, emotional, and social jobs with exact specifications. But what the thing attracts the people, the clients or customers is the distance. Specifications are very important, but for marketing, we need to use these things. And then the customer persona. So the customer persona is a fictional character, imagination character, random character. But it is not so random. We need to fix this. We need to map this with our solution, with our customer base, with our target customer segmentation. We need to so fix this particular customer persona with our target customer group. So like the thing that is happening in the advertisements. So customer persona it includes age, location, occupation, interest, experience, organization goal, lifestyle, jobs to be done, etc., etc., etc.
Bye. మనం తింటాంటే మాట్లాడింది ఏది ఆ ఫుడ్ తింటుంటే మాట్లాడింది
And also a discussion was made on generation of multiple solutions in idea generation phase. In idea generation phase, so it is always suggested, it is always advised to discuss upon multiple solutions. Don't get stick up, fixed upon a single solution. As soon as you got a single solution, assume that it was the best. Maybe it might be the best, but try to check whether there are other solutions also which can improve. So which can improvise this thing. So the reason is that so explore a wide range of possibilities, and other possibilities may be cost effective. Cost effective. The one which is the best, so it may need a lot of investment in that. So the other solutions may be cost effective. There may be loopholes. So some things which you might be expected, but some unexpected things issues also might happen. So in the first solution which you might have got. So always at least you need to think about 3 or 4 solutions for the problem which you have identified. At least minimum of 3 or 4. So then only you need to ensure that you have understood the problem clearly. Now it was not a single question and answer thing. So this is the problem and this is the answer. Only this answer exists. No. So when you so you need to be confident about the problem which when you can figure out multiple solutions for the same problem. In that, few solutions may not be feasible to implement, few solutions may require technical expertise, few solutions may require a lot of funding. So yes, all those things may occur. But so you should be in a position to identify multiple solutions for a single problem. So then only you assume that you have understood the problem clearly, or else you should think that I haven't understood the problem clearly, or I have understood only partially. Then we had discussion on this roads, potholes on the roads, what are the issues, how to solve it. Few of you people have given us idea of using ash, fly ash. And then we had an online discussion also. So from AICT, there was a discussion on unique value proposition or unique selling proposition. So what is so unique about our idea? Zomato discover the best restaurants, order food just by a tap of a button. Uber also the same. You can book a vehicle, a car just by a tap, and Paytm. So all digital payments. Then regarding the direct and indirect so competitors, AI coach is also there on the platform, so you can make use of that particular AI coach also. Then a discussion was made on this particular TAM, SAM, and song. So don't get confused with SAM and song. So the song is the circle, the smallest one, SOM. Just try to remember O, which is in between. The smallest part, smallest circle. It starts with SOM, serviceable obtainable market. And then the next level is the SAM, serviceable available market, and the total addressable market. And also you need to be realistic regarding the SAM SOM. So you should not assume that so your product will be. So I mean everyone on the earth is a client for your product. So most there will be lying in song and salmon. The tom it requires so tam it requires almost 10 to 15 years. So you will be in the first 2 or 3 years you will be just in the serviceable obtainable market. You will be in song. So for the tam, so to go global wise, so there will be a lot of issues. Mainly the geographical issues and also the customer base also will be different. So the tam will be different.
సెంటర్లో లేదన్నది
కొద్దిగా అటు ఇటు అయితే
So financial literacy you will be having today, and then discussion was made on the lean canvas where it was said that so there will be nine phases in this particular lean canvas. Nine segments will be there. So problem is one particular segment. Next is solution is two. Key metrics. One particular student. So Kai Kisle. So Kisle, he was explaining about the natural sweetener. Then on that day, ma'am has asked how you are measuring regarding your product. Then he said that we will identify so how much sugars are there in that. So what is the fat content? So all those things he has set some parameters. Saturated fats, unsaturated fats, so etc. etc. So there should be some key metrics, quantifiable metrics. We should not speak that my product will be very good, my product will be outstanding. So we should have always we need to have quantifiable metrics also. Then we need to say that yes, so based upon this metric, I'll be saying that my product does well. And the next is the unique value proposition. And the next unfair advantage. Unfair advantage. Suppose so we were speaking about the fusions. For Dam, Sam, and Song example, we will say speaking about the fusions. Unfair advantage is that so I'm a person from that particular region. Suppose if I'm launching it in Telangana, I'll be saying that so I'm having the unfair advantage of Telugu speaking skills. I'm very good at Telugu. So which this particular unfair advantage may not be associated with the person with other state. So they may not be so fluent in Telugu region. So that is the unfair advantage so which is having with the companies. And so channel says go to marketing strategies, it's customer segmentation. So the next is cost structure and also the revenue streams. So there is in customer segments we will be having early adapters also. Early adapters. So early adapters are the people who wants to buy that particular product even though it is not developed. It is not fully developed. So the best example is apartments. Before apartment is fully done, fully ready for sale. So they will say that so pre-buying option is also there. Pre-buying option is also there. Once the infrastructure is done, the minimum infrastructure is done. So they will say that so the pre-sales are going on. Pre-sales are going on. We will give a discount of 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs on each apartment. At that particular time, what will happen is so maybe the drinking water facility which is there, it may not be available. Underground water is available, but the drinking water which comes from the tap it may not be available. And also there may not be lift facility inside that particular apartment. There may not be generator facility also. So even though those issues are there, the people who wants to buy an apartment who are in very much need of the apartment and also assuming that so they are getting good amount of discount. So they wants to buy that particular flat. And the few people, so what they think is no, I won't enter that particular apartment at that particular moment. So few people what they assume is that no, I'll enter into that apartment only upon the completion of all the floors and all the flats, and then after so everyone enters into that, then only I'll come. But few people will be there. So even though the full apartment is not furnished or built, so we want to take that particular flat. So because of the immediate need or necessity. So this is all about
వాట్సాప్
data.
ఓపెన్ చేయవా ఫోటోలు వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చారా నాకు
So day three, so interaction got started with link canvassing. So few people started explaining. So what regarding this things are.
నా వాట్సాప్ ఉంది కదా హాయ్ పెట్టాలి
The next immediately, so we moved on to the revenue models. We had a discussion on various like, examples.
మన దానికి
Amazon, Netflix, Amazon Web Server, co-working spaces. So Paytm, Spotify, Canva, YouTube, Google, Razorpay, Amazon Prime, and the discussion was made on this. So what exactly is subscription model? What exactly is premium model? So and then marketplace model, which may be e-commerce platform or else direct physical markets also. Physical markets also. Then advertising based models, Google, so Facebook, transactional model, Razorpay or Paytm, PhonePay, all these things. Next, membership fees, Amazon Prime membership or credit card platinum member, gold member on credit cards will be there. Pay per use. So if I want to use this auditorium for one day, I may need to pay 10,000 rupees for this particular management, and then so I may get the facility. Or the co-working spaces, especially for the startups. So there were some hubs across your region which says that per seat on seat basis. On seat basis, you may need to pay 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, it goes up to 10,000 also. So depending upon the facilities, common facilities that they will be providing, and also the networking facilities that are available in that particular ecosystem.
అమ్మాయికి ఏంటి
So we had discussion on that, and also we said that each startup or each company need not fix up only with one particular model. There will be a combination of models also, two or three or four models also. And the next, so every one of you have actively participated in prototyping activity. So where you need a lot of paper prototypes, and then we started discussing upon so what exactly we are prototyping, and so the necessity of these things. We had a discussion on this with the example of again house. Initially, it was drawn on a paper. Next, by architect has drawn on the drawing sheet. Then software 3D model. Then after that 3D printing model. The first one is on CAD software. Then it's 3D model. So everyone knows that. So why do we do this? So easy detection of missing functionality, reducing rework, better understanding of customer needs to align the team members who are there, getting clarity and usability. And also there will be some ifs also, but it takes time. It may be expensive sometimes. And the different types of prototypes. So one is paper prototype, then the device mock-up, wireframe prototype, role plays, simulation, storyboard. So all these are the different prototypes. The software prototypes, you can use Sketch, Figma. Sketch and Figma will help you in creation of wireframe prototypes. Sketch, Figma. If you want to design your mobile application, not a real mobile application. If you want to design a prototype, drawing, a layout, so you can use Sketch or else you can use Figma or you can use Balsamic. And also other tools like Adobe XD is also there, InVision, Axure, Bubble. So all these things so are helpful for software prototypes. software products. You can show that so on my page, on my login page, so that these are the things which will mention. Or on my application, mobile application, so you can use what I mean with Zomato, so you can have a login page, so you can see what are the hotels which are there, and also menu which is there, so you can create. So product design. So product design. So you might be knowing about the SolidWorks. If you are into mechanical engineering or civil engineering. So Tinkercad, electronics strictly, and also mechanical departments. Autodesk, Fusion, all these things. So this is for product prototypes. Product prototypes. SolidWorks, Tinkercad, Autodesk, Fusion. So Arduino platforms, all those things. And then we spoke about the parameter, one particular parameter, which measures the closeness or the proximity of prototype into the reality one. Closeness of the prototype. How close is it to the reality? So that particular parameter is fidelity. Fidelity. And low fidelity prototypes, medium fidelity prototypes, and high fidelity prototypes. Now on the display, on the projector, so we are displaying the prototype of a mobile application. All three images corresponds to the same mobile application, where the first one is low fidelity prototype and the last one is high fidelity prototype. And then we spoke of minimum viable product as well. Minimum viable product. So minimum viable product usually it comes under the category of high fidelity prototype. High fidelity. So you can't say a low fidelity product as a minimum viable product. Minimum viable product. So the product which we will be showing it to the customers before it is launched into the market. So to take feedback, so to modify, to improvise it, or else to test the features. So minimum viable product. At the initial phase, whatever we are doing is POC, proof of concept. Proof of concept. Proof of concept is also a prototype. MVP is also a prototype. But proof of concept is to support your ideas. Is to support your ideas. Is to justify your ideas that yes, my idea will function properly. Yes, there's a proof that so this is a valid idea. So that is proof of concept. Where MVP, minimum viable product, is to showcase that so 10 fuses are there, 8 fuses are functioning. So this is how my final product is going to look like. So if you can invest on my product, so I can release it. I mean, I can make a commercial product and release, launch it to the market. And also it will take the feedback also from the final so customer whom we have got. So the same was done by Zappos also. So Zappos, so they started first is so they had an agreement with a couple of vendors regarding the shoes, and then on online assume that so on Instagram they said that Zappos we will sell shoes. Then they used to take photographs of the shoes from the shops and they used to post it on some platform, social media platform. Then the people who are seeing that if they want to buy that, so they will be saying that I want these shoes. Then the Zappos people, so they will go to that particular shop, they will buy them and then they will so deliver that. So that was the initial thing that was done. And then they had their own website, everything else. And also some discussion was made on this particular technology readiness levels also. It was initially given by NASA and then it is being extensively used. So even though whenever you will be going for application of the funding, so whether it is from Biocon funding or else so there is Niti Prayas also, MSME funding also, or else multiple FIDT Delhi is also funding well, and Pilani Innovation and Entrepreneurship Society, PIEDS. So they are also funding. So there are a lot of funding agencies, but the funding agencies straight away will ask you the question. Whenever you are pitching, whenever you start pitching, they will ask what is your TRL. So you need to know about TRL. You should not say that I haven't come across this TRL word. So you need to say that, so where exactly you are. So TRL1, the basic research, and TRL9, the fully commercial application which is ready to use by the customer. And the prototyping usually it is a TRL4 and TRL5. Now, let's see. So now it's day four. So why do we build products? We should not build products for those things. If we are building our products for those things, we should stop here itself. We should not go to the next levels. We should stop our idea here itself. So we should not build our products to mimic our competitors. Competitors. So there is Uber, there is Ola, there is Rapido. Yes, I also will design one more mobile application which is similar to these three things. Then I will win. No, it may not work out. Zomato is there, and the Swiggy is there. Then I'll design so one more food delivery app. So that should not be the case. The next is because the technology was trending. That's what I'm saying. So since AI was trending, since so quantum technologies was trending, so you should not get into this particular domain straight away since the technology is trending. So you should not assume that yes, most of the people are coming up, most of the companies are coming up. ChatGPT is making a lot of money, cloud, so they are making a lot of money. So there are a lot of such markets. So I also will enter into this particular technology and gain something. No, it should not be the case. And then so we should not get into the false so impression of becoming an entrepreneur. So the most of the people are focusing on this particular entrepreneurship, saying that so you need to become a startup founder or a CTO or CEO or CFO. So just for this particular tax to say that so I'm a CEO of a company, I'm a CFO of a company or some CXOs. So for that you should not get into this particular ecosystem. So the next is you should not create an artificial need just by reading some motivational books or just by watching some YouTube videos of the founders or just by listening to the stories of the successful personalities. You should not create artificial necessity, artificial need. Inspiring is okay. Getting motivated is also okay. But you should not create an artificial need or artificial necessity. We should understand these things actually. So why, how, and what. What is nothing but a product or a service which we are delivering. So the last layer. What exactly the Samsung is delivering? Smartphones, the TVs, electronics. So that is the major things that is being done by Samsung. Smartphones, TVs, electronics. And what is Airtel? So the telecom, mobile networks, so internet networks, or TV facilities, all those things. Next, Cadbury's Dairy Milk, chocolate. So that is what they are delivering. HDFC Bank, banking services, banking services. Next, what exactly the Uber is delivering? So ride-hailing app. So they have developed a software app where the people can book their vehicles. Next, Amazon e-commerce platform. WhatsApp, a simple messaging app. So these are the functions which are being done. So it comes under the category of what exactly Samsung is doing, what exactly Airtel is doing, what exactly WhatsApp is doing, all those things. Now next is how approach. How we are doing that? How Samsung is doing that? So it is having a large so research and development network. So it is having a wide product range. Airtel, it is having a strong network infrastructure. If a strong network infrastructure is not there, now they cannot they cannot provide that facility to a large group of customers. If we have a continuous network interruption, people will move away from Airtel to some other network. So how they are doing? So they built a strong network infrastructure. So Cadbury Dairy Milk, what they are doing? Emotionally branding, storytelling, advertisements. So advertisements. So whenever there is an occasion, you should eat your dairy milk. So they will bring the top personalities into the advertisement and they'll try to sell it. If that is not there, we don't know what exactly that kind of thing is. So a lot of chocolates are available in the market. The same taste, same pricing, maybe the price may be less, and also maybe the good health impact also. But even then, as soon as we get into a shop or into a bakery, we'll ask that is there a dairy milk chocolate is there or not. celebrations with their audience. So that's what we ask. And the banking facilities, HDFC, so reliable service. So let's say that so it is secure. So the digital banking is being provided. The Uber on-demand platform, GPS tracking, etc. So Amazon say that so in one day we will deliver the product. Or yesterday ma'am was saying, so if they get subscription for Myntra, within 2 or 3 hours the city will deliver the product. So WhatsApp, so internet-based messaging and all. So this is how approach and then why purpose. And the most of the people will forget about this. Why they are doing the purpose. Why exactly they are doing this. Samsung says that so to enable better life through innovation. Enable better life through emotion. This is the vision of that particular product, the company. It may not be related to revenues. It may not be related to commercialization. So it is the mission of that particular startup. It's the mission of that particular company. Now, Airtel says that connect people seamlessly. Connect people seamlessly. And then Cadbury says that spread joy and togetherness. And then WhatsApp enable simple communication. Amazon be customer centric. And then Uber make transport convenient. They also use fuel. So these things. What is the tag for LG? Life is good. Life is good. So those things. So those things. So these are the why, how, and what. So we need to know about this. Not only the last one. Most of us are. So we will be quite familiar with the last one. What? But we'll be missing how to do it, approach, and also why to do it. So this is a golden circle. So this is called a golden circle. Sinex golden circle. So Simon Circus golden circle framework. Which gives us these three factors: why, how, and what. And most of us will get stopped at the top two layers itself. How first? So what? Whether it is a product or service, we'll be thinking after this particular instance only. Next, we won't get into that. Approach, what exactly is that approach? Whether that approach is being followed by many people or is it a feasible approach or not? And then why? Why? So this golden circle is given this, so which is proposed by Simon Sinek, and the examples are presented here. So, so you also, for your startup also, so you need to answer these questions. You should be in a position to answer these questions. The product development phases, idea generation, the design thinking phases. These are not the design thinking phases. Product development phase, product development process. So first is idea generation. After idea generation, product definition, prototyping, initial design, validation, and then the last commercialization. So this is all. This slide is all related to product development phase. Product development phase. It may be a physical hardware product, or it may be a software product, or it may be service also. The first is idea generation. So again, don't think that product doesn't refers only to a hardware physical product. It may be a software product or it may be a service also. All these comes under the category of products only. So the six steps are that. So the idea generation is the first one, brainstorming, and the next one is product definition, scoping and refining the product. It will again be a iterative process itself. And the next is prototyping. So we need to choose whether we will be going for a high fidelity prototype or a low fidelity prototype. Then initial design, validation testing, and commercialization. And don't get confused with the prototype and MVP in the final product. So too much engineering of a prototype is not advisable. Don't work too much on prototype itself. So prototype is just to showcase your idea to someone else. So after the prototype there will be MVP also, and then after that, after multiple iterations, then you will be getting into the market. This is I think that this will be the last topic for today's session. Just winding up in 5 to 10 minutes. So always we need to try to balance these two things. The user needs, the user necessity of the user desires, or we need to satisfy the user frustrations, we need to solve them, along with the business goals also. Business goals also. In in starting off your entrepreneurship journey in this better ecosystem, always in addition to the product, you need to think about revenue. That is equally important. You should not say that I'm not doing this startup for money. I'm not doing this startup to earn revenue. I'm not doing this startup to become rich. Don't use such words actually. So without revenue, startup will not survive. Maybe in a couple of years, you will be shutting down your startups, and again you will be going for the regular employment opportunities. So that's the reason we try to balance these two, the user needs and also the business goals, these two things. Now, what we know a lot about the user needs. Now, what about the business goals? The first goal is profitability, to earn profit. If I'm spending 10 rupees, I need to get at least 11 rupees, 10 plus rupees. I need to get some positive value there. So that is nothing but the profitability. And then scalability. Scalability, increasing it, taking it to the next level, increasing the sales, increasing the profit margin, or launching multiple stores so across the state or across the country, or increasing the customer base. So that is nothing but the scalability. But we need to ensure that whenever we are going for the scalability, whenever we are going towards the scalability, there should not be exponential rise in infrastructure. With existing infrastructure only, we need to try to scale up. Not exactly with the existing infrastructure, maybe by a few additional things, by adding additional to this. Suppose if we are into a t-shirt business, t-shirt manufacturing business. So initially, with the equipment which we are purchasing, so I have brought an equipment with finance, which will manufacture the features. And my initial scale is only 100. Now the same machine should be capable of producing at least 200, 300 features also. So finance which you are spending on the capital expenditure, so should be made in such a way that at least if you are going to scale up it in the next few months or the next year, in a few years, it should support that particular scalability. But whenever it increases to 200, it should not be in position that yes, I need to invest 5 more lakhs. If I want to go for 100 more, next again 5 lakhs. No, it should not be in that way. We need to prepare our plans such that so it supports the scalability also. Sustainability, so sustainable growth, sustainable development, long-term sustenance of the company. So, so one is we need to look into the climate, environmental issues also. And the Vedanta company which is there, so Vedanta in Tamil Nadu, they have that the copper manufacturing related company is the Vedantas. It got shut down in 2018, 2019 level. So it used to produce 30% of refined copper from its industry, from that particular plant. But because of this environmental issues and all, so it got shut down. It got shut down in 2018. So that's the reason whenever we are thinking on a large scale basis, we need to have an eye on this also. So here Uber is given example user need convenient and affordable transportation. So Uber maintains profitability by constantly adjusting prices according to demand. So during the heavy traffic periods, so traffic times, evening hours or office hours, there will be surge in prices. So morning, if you travel in the same Uber, so it may price around 100 rupees. But during the peak traffic hours, so it will go up to 120 rupees, 130 rupees. So why they are increasing it? It is to earn profit. To earn profit, that's it. So the people wants Uber at that time also, and the company wants profit, and so they will be so increasing it. Spotify. So what is the user need? User wants access to a vast library of music, quality music. So they need to have a lot of, the database should be available. And what Spotify uses cloud-based services to scale without significantly increasing costs. Cloud-based. So they won't buy the servers and all. Spotify. Just they will be so taking the cloud servers which is available. So they will have subscription. So they will take that kind of subscription from the cloud. So they won't purchase servers in the beginning, assuming that yes, I will have some 10,000 customers, 20,000 customers. Every time they won't have their own so servers and all. Sustainability. So Tesla electric vehicles, so electric cars. This is all regarding this, and then we'll have the financial literacy. Maybe we'll do it in the afternoon session. Right. So we are done with this. So takeaways, we want you to go through all the milestones. We want you to go through all the modules which are given there. Try to complete all the modules and try to finish up the venture also. While doing all this, you may utilize the AI tools which are available. So there are no restrictions on that. Even the platform itself, it is having AI coach also. Now try to understand. So the objective of this particular bootcamp, the objective of this particular bootcamp is to understand the technical terminologies which are involved in this particular ecosystem. That's it. In 5 days, we can't create the startups here, or we can't prepare you people as entrepreneurs. But since you are passionate, since you are interested enough, so with this particular bootcamp, we want to make you familiarized with few terminologies and also with few strategies or with proper structured mechanisms. So that's what we are trying to, we will do it with this particular content. So this content will be more useful and you are solving that particular milestones also. So ensure that all the students will be doing that particular milestones. So break.
थोड़ा